I'm going to preface this by saying I'm going to probably do this in a couple of chunks. I have some ventilation going. I'm sure the plumbers that are watching are going to be a little pissy because there's going to be some things happening here that are not like code stuff that you do, but I'm going to do it anyways because this is never going to get pressurized. This is just for aesthetic purposes. And yeah, so I'll torch a couple of things real quick just so you see how it's done. One of the things that I do afterwards when I'm doing something like this, because this is actually going to be a shelving unit, not pressurized copper, is I flux paint. I'll show you what that is in a minute. Plumbers hate that, but let's set some stuff on fire. What do you think? Because fire is cool. And tile is not flammable, so there goes it. So I'm going to heat this thing where I want the solder to go. Still a little cool. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And that, my friends, is called sweating the pipe. Sweat this one. So this is what I used to do for a living once upon a time. Get where it just kind of melts and it'll fuse the joint. I've done all the prep work so you didn't have to watch me do all the boring crap like cut, and I put this stuff in it called pipe flux. It's really gross. It looks like earwax, but it's necessary. There we go. I don't know if you can see it, but it melts. We're going to do this one. This one. Kind of cramped quarters. Yeah, if I'm not responding, I'm sorry. It's because I've got flammable gas and stuff like that, you know. But I'll talk in a sec. As soon as I get through this part. All right, this is the part that plumbers don't really dig. It's called flux painting. It's a bad practice for pressurized pipes, but it makes these joints look nice and clean. And since this is really just a shelf, I'm going to do it anyways because I said so. All right, I'll stop ignoring you. That's how that works. When I'm done with all of this stuff, it's just going to be a essentially like a shelf, a hanging shelf for my shower, which just sits on top of the splash. So it's kind of a tiny shower, but you know, it's one of those things. I haven't done this in a while. It's kind of fun. It's warm. So yeah, when I'm done with all of this stuff, I will show you what it looks like. The first stage will literally just be a copper skeleton that I'm going to put a little shelf thing in. I ordered some stuff online. Sulfurized potash. I'm going to mix it with a little bit of ammonium and some distilled water, which sounds really, really crazy and chemically and stuff like that, but I promise it's nothing sketchy. It's going to oxidize the copper. So right now copper looks like copper. When I'm done with all this and it's not hot as hell, yes, it's totally Swayze. Check it out. Back off, war child. Point break. Yeah, so when it's all done and it's solid and all the lines are straight and I'm satisfied with all that stuff and it's I allow it to cool, I'm going to sand the hell out of it so it looks really cool. And then I'm going to spray it with that mixture of all those chemicals and stuff, and it oxidizes copper, so it'll go from this reddish brown to this really cool kind of like flaky turquoise blue color. I bought some really good mahogany shelving, which I'm going to put in a little bit because mahogany is really, really pretty. I'll treat it a little bit so that it doesn't get funky in the shower. But yeah, it's going to be kind of fun. I don't know why, I just kind of got the bug lately to do some home improvement stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I will probably do this in chapters, and in a minute I'm going to leave you guys so I can continue to set things on fire with a blowtorch inside my house. But yeah, when it's done, I'll post some pictures and stuff like that. I'll probably scope again before I finish it just so you can see kind of how it's going along. But I'll post some pics of what all the little weird chunks of copper looked like before I started all of this stuff. I literally just fought five foot length pieces of red stamped copper, which is not for pressurization, but it's cheaper because it's thinner, and this isn't going to see any pressure. So fun stuff. I haven't scoped in a while. God, I think I hate scope because I have to stare at my face. So I really hope people I really hope people talk a lot more when I'm here. Yeah, I have no idea how I come up with this stuff. I just got bored and I was sitting there and I was staring at something and it popped into my head and I'm like, I could do that. I know how to work with copper, so that's what I'm doing. Right now, we're gonna cool it a little bit with a really, really wet towel, just for a second. And that'll be that. You have a suggestion for cleaning supplies. Thank you very much. Somebody got A's in school. I did get A's in school. I did. My mom was one of those, like, education is the only way. So, you know, we had report card checks and all kinds of stuff like that. That was that was the thing around my house. I cook too, yeah. I like to eat, so I figured I better figure out how to make that happen. So yeah. I haven't hung any of my photos yet. We are talking about some stuff at some point. It may take a while, and I can't say much more than that. But there will be a brand at some point where I will collect all that stuff. Can't tell you who Claudette is. Watch the show. I can't tell you secrets. Favorite meal to cook is going to be Cajun salmon for sure. So yeah, visit home and family show. That would be up to them. I'll visit any like home improvement show. I love stuff like that. But yeah, I do still have my flask. It's in my bar right now. I think it's still got a little bit of whiskey in it too. So craziness. All right, so here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna leave you here pretty soon because I've already kind of started to get some of it done and some of it warm, and now I've got the bug and I want to finish. So I'm gonna finish it up, and then when it's done, I'll scope it and I'll show you kind of what it's gonna look like. When it's done and it's in place, I'll put the shelf in place. There's going to be a shaving mirror for it. I think what really started this was I was tired of getting my whiskers all over my sink. So I just wanted to do it in my shower. I'm buzz my face in my shower so I don't have to get it all over the place and clean up stuff all the time. I do still train with Mikey. He's probably going to join in to one of these scopes at some point. But yeah, so the shelf will sit there. The shower doesn't get a ton of light, but on the top shelf, when I show it to you, you'll see there's tiers to it. The top one, I'm going to put moss on it just because, I don't know, why not? Outside in. And it doesn't require light, and the moss will thrive on steam and splash from showers and shit like that, so it'll be fun. Yeah. It's kind of hanging all over the place right now, so I'm going to put it back together again, slap my gloves back on, and turn the torch back on. And I will turn this thing back on again in, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes or so. By then, should be mostly done. All right? So, have fun. And if you're still interested in watching me use a blowtorch, I will be back in like 10 minutes or so. Okay? More torch, right? I do like Game of Thrones. And on that note, I will leave you. So, thank you for watching me do stuff. And I do this every time because I don't know how to work Periscope. But, yeah. I will see you later.